Miles McGuire with the Warrior King, and I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I've kind of been, I don't know what the word's been, my mind's been, wandering around in other places, and I think Yahweh's been leading me into, I guess it's been a search mode. I've been kind of searching around and trying to understand, what's going on, what's happening, and in the days and the times that we're in, and trying to, searching for wisdom and knowledge, and trying to just get a grasp on them, because the days and times that we're in are unlike any other in recorded human history. I mean, we're at a time and a day that the communication is around the world, and then something that happens in in Japan, we hear about it instantly. It's not, it takes months and years sometimes to traverse the world, and so the day and time that we're in is it's like no other. And it gets to a point, we're getting to a point now where we thought as a nation that we would be in good shape if we got leadership change, and if somebody like Donald Trump or somebody gets in to be president, that it's all going to be better, and now it's time to the Almighty's given us a reprieve, where it's as we actually look in today's events and we see the wars and the rumors of wars and bombing people and this and that, that'll never change. That's not going to happen till the end. And but I think too many people are starting to let our guards down, and I think now is the time that we're going to see the evil actually present itself, because now it has a way to manifest itself, and it's doing so through all these different means and channels and stuff that we see that are coming out, and like the pedophile stuff and all that stuff. It's, to me, that's the most grievous thing that you can do, and they can't defend themselves. Children can't defend themselves. I mean, that's the most egregious thing. And men like Craig Sawyer and that stand up and actually do something about it. And I know Alex Jones has a bad rap, but he's trying to get involved in that as well. And I commend those men, and I don't know if they're Yahweh inspired men, but they would have to be. I mean, if your heart desires to do away with evil, to me that is his bidding, and because that's his main thing is to purge of evil, is to hate evil, is to remove evil from your midst, and that is the vilest form of evil as far as I'm concerned. And so as we go forward, and I'm not going to make a long message today, because I just wanted to just reach out and touch and talk, and a lot of people have been trying to figure out what's going on, if there's something, if I've got some issues going on, and it's not that I have issues like that per se. It's just I'm on a quest for knowledge, and I think, and the truth, and once you start to delve into that, and you start to ask Yahweh to show you stuff like that, and He shows it to you, you kind of, sometimes you get, it's not that it's overwhelming to you, but it sure would be overwhelming if I started just spewing out all the things that I feel He's led me to and showed me. And it's not just that He showed me, but He showed me why the things are the way they are, and what's going on with these different things. And as we need to prepare for the events ahead, I don't know what it looks like. And I've gotten tired now of living each day like tomorrow's the last. And it's not that you live the way tomorrow never comes, but it's you get to a mentality where you hunker down and you don't want to have any outside interactions with anything. You want to go hide in a hole, basically. And anytime you listen to Steve Quayle or any of these guys, the first thing you want to do is go do the old under the table trick and put your head between your knees and kiss your behind goodbye, because that's what they sell. But it's, and I don't even know if they mean to, but that's just how it comes off, and that's what it is. And especially when you get to men who've been around and seen and understand what the evils that man is truly capable of, and to think that is at your door is quite it's a harrowing. It's kind of it just really spurs you. And so, but with that being said, we have to live our lives. We have to get out there and do things. You have to define your worth, and you have to achieve it. You have to find the things that the Almighty has inspired for you, and you have to go out and you have to continue to go for them. I mean, and don't ever lose sight of the evils that are around you, because they're always present. I mean, you can't take that away. That's not going to go away until we read in Isaiah where, the lions were laying with the lambs and all that stuff. And, everybody wants to say that that's a literal thing. And I wonder if that's, lions as in, the men who will go out there and do what must be done, the predators, laying with the people who have no desire to get out there and even to defend themselves. So, but that's just another take. That's kind of what I would go off it. But and you keep seeing the stuff, and there's a lot of really bad, depressing stuff out there. I mean, we still get the VA. Well, I prayed that the VA would change when the new administration took over, but it hasn't changed. It's still just as vile and a nasty a place, and that's just any nation that turns its back on the men and the women that will defend it. The nation is not long to stand. It's not, and it's not. And so we have the greatest military men and women in the world. The greatest, the bravest, the most valiant, hard charging that the world has ever seen, as far as I'm concerned. And for it to come back and the nation to crap on them the way it does, it's unacceptable and it's disgusting. But and so I guess what I'm trying to do with this is just you got to go out there and seek what Yahweh's got established for you, what He's got out there for you. Pray. He'll show you your way. He'll show you the guidance that He wants you to use, and He'll guide your path and show you the way. And just don't lose sight of the big picture. And the big picture is seek first the reign of Elohim, as it tells us to. And so I think once you seek that, and that's first and foremost in your mind, everything else will just, the pieces and parts will fall in places where they must be. And I don't know how much time we've got left. Everybody wants to say set dates, and I'm not setting dates because I think that's ridiculous. I don't think no man knows the hour, and that's because everybody says that because no man knows the hour, and I think it's because it's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to Yahweh's people when they're going to turn back to Him and walk in His ways. That's everybody says, oh, it's from the return of Messiah. If the Messiah doesn't know when He's coming back, then he doesn't even know. So I think it's the return of Israel. That's it. I mean, that's the whole book is about Israel, and that's the whole story is about Israel, start to back, top to bottom. So, and I mean, there's an awakening going on now. That's it. But they're awakening to this Pollyanity, Torah, something that's not. I don't even know what it is. I mean, everybody's just so passive, and it's. I serve the Elohim of the Old Testament. That's who I serve. I mean, y'all can serve Pollyanity and this kindler, gentler, whatever it is, but you're going to be in for a rude surprise when the time comes. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because you're just leading yourself astray. You need to get a warrior's mindset and understand what that is. And if you don't know what that is, there's plenty of books and stories. And it's just read David. David is the warrior. He is the epitome, to me, of what a man looks like, because he is a warrior. He is a man that loves his family, loves Yahweh, and to me, he is the one that I always look toward when I start to get a little bit down and I can't figure out, why Yahweh would allow the wickedness abound on the earth that He does. And so when you read through David, and I got a psalm I'm going to read when I finish up here in a little bit, and I get through this rant, basically is what it is. And but I just wanted to get back on here and say something and just kind of bring back focus, and hopefully I'll start doing a few more of these, because you got to get out there. Somebody's got to be the voice. I mean, who am I? It's absolutely, I'm not anything that's special, but I do love Yahweh. I love Israel. I want to see them reunite, and I'll do whatever I can to help make that happen. I don't know what that looks like or how that's going to be, but I'll just do whatever He tells me to, because I know that we'll never find peace, we'll never find the serenity, we'll never find what we're looking for in a land that was not meant for us, because we are apart from the Spirit, the Ruach, and until we are at one with that, we'll never find the peace or the joy or the enjoyment that we're looking for. I know we have our families and our friends and our make-believe little matrix thing that we're living in here, but to find true peace and true happiness and true satisfaction, it's when we're at one with the Almighty Himself, and I think that's what the Bible tells us over and over and over and over and over again. So, and I don't know, I've been going through, I don't know if it's been a midlife crisis or realizations of different things, but and I'm sure we all go through those things where we're, you know, we look back on things and we wish, man, I should have done this, should have done that, should have done that. But I mean, it's you know, I'm guilty of that sometimes, and I'm coming out the other side of it. I feel, and I'm thankful because Yahweh has showed me a lot of things that are just incredible, and it's amazing. And but you know, they'll get you ridiculed in a lot of circles, and I don't really care. I mean, I don't seek first the opinion of men, because I think, you know, they talk before they research, and they don't look into things, and I wish they would, because I don't, you know, I hate to, I don't know, it makes you feel lonely when you're the only one, you feel like you're the only one studying, and you study, and you study, and you bother to say something to somebody, and they just want to ridicule you, and you're like, well, have you ever looked into it? And they say no. I'm like, so you're just ridiculing the ridicule. I mean, that's kind of, you know, King Solomon said it's foolish to do that, so, but I don't talk about, I'm not mentioning anybody in particular, because I mean, I'm just ranting, and I just get frustrated, and it's just, it's worrisome, because I mean, you think you can do certain things, but I'm not gonna, you know, I don't want to keep ranting, but I wanted to do this. I wanted to get back on here. I wanted to start talking again, and we got to get the focus back on Yahweh. We got to get the focus back on Him being the warrior king, and we got to get, and to me, I got to get my focus back on, you know, training and getting ready for whatever may come. I mean, it's not only just physically training, getting out there running around with a rifle and a pistol and all this, because I believe when the day comes, I think all that are probably pretty useless, because I mean, to me, I like to look at Yeshua or Jesus. I like to look at Him as the ultimate example of what a man that walks in truly in Yahweh's ways looks like, and you don't necessarily have to have a sword, but I think it doesn't hurt, because he actually told us in ourselves to pick, you know, to if you don't have a sword, sell your cloak and buy one. So if the man himself says to do that, to me that's a pretty good indicator. So we need to be doing that also, and get training. Go out there. There's plenty of places to get training, and if you can't find training, I don't know, hit me up. I'll help you as much as I can. I mean, but I don't, you know, I'm not going to be responsible for that kind of stuff. I don't want to have to get insurances and all that stuff. But if I can help you with a mindset, or if I can send you in a direction, or what have you, then I'd be more than happy to do that, because we've all got to get it. I mean, we've all got to change our mindset and understand the days ahead. Because we are in, everybody says, oh, the war's coming, the war's coming. No, the war's not coming, the war's here. The war has been here. And if you don't think that's the case, just watch the news. The news promotes everything that the Bible says is the most horrific things you can do. I mean, the pedophile things have been uncovered. The news says nothing. You know, the homosexual agenda, they push it first and foremost. The transgender stuff, whatever, they push that first and foremost out front. This whole technocracy stuff, this technology prisons. So we're in a technology prison. I mean, we truly are. And if you don't think that's the case, turn the phone off for a little bit. I mean, I'm as guilty as anybody else, so I'm not going to sit up here and cast stones and say that I'm not, because I have that, and I battle that with my child, and battle with myself, and I catch myself doing it, and you know, sometimes, you know, we have to just turn away, and we have to turn away, and I think that's why He gives us, you know, feasts like Sukkot and stuff. It's to get out and then to unplug and to understand what's out there. So we need to get back out and get in touch with nature. Get out. You need to train your mind, train your body. You know, watch what you eat. Don't eat so much. I'm guilty of that too. I'm talking to me too. So I'm just trying to get refocused, folks. I want to get refocused. And if anybody out there, if you want to get refocused, you know, we're going to get back on Yahweh's, put Him first and foremost, and I'm going to try to get the Word. We'll just keep talking. We're going to keep talking about Yahweh and Him being the warrior king, and He's the way, the truth, and the life. And everybody says that Yeshua says that, but if you actually read that, He says that, you know, I think He refers to Himself as the Word. I know some people say, well, that's hypocrisy, but whatever. Read it. Read it in context and understand what He's saying. He's an incredible example of what we can look like if we apply ourselves. And so seek first the rain, and you'll find Him. He says so. Seek Me, and you'll find Me. So, you know, and I was trying to think of what else there was I wanted to say, but I got discouraged for a little bit, and I don't want to be discouraged, because we're so blessed. There's so much going on. This is such a fantastic time to be alive, and you know, I find myself just wishing it'd hurry up and come along because, I'm ready to get out there and do it to it and lay boot to butt for Yahweh. But those times are coming, and that's going to be. Everybody doesn't look forward to that, but I do, and it's just it's weird, but I do. I look forward to it. I can't tell you. And as the psalm I'll read here in a minute is, I understand, because when you read through it, before you get to a mindset of where you truly want to walk in His ways and Yahweh's ways, and truly want to do what He tells us to do, it kind of doesn't make sense to you when you read a couple of David's psalms, because he was so passionate about just Yahweh in general. And so when I get to that, I'll read that. But if anybody's got any questions or comments or concerns, I stole that from Stan, by the way. And please just put them in there, and we'll address them. We'll talk about them, because we got to do this together, because we can't do it alone. We can't do it alone, because walking this path alone is a tough road, because you read some of the things and you're not really sure if you're going the right direction, if the Spirit's leading you, or if it's which Spirit is leading you. So you have to be. You need somebody to check you every once in a while, something you can bounce somebody off of and tell them how you got to it, and then they'll, if they're an educated man, that's the problem that we've been having here lately, is to find people that you can bounce things off of that doesn't just automatically, just bash it as being stupid because it's not what they believe, because, but whatever. And, but with that being said, let me read that psalm I was telling you. It's Psalm 139, and I'm not going to read the whole psalm, but I'll post it in the description of the thing, and but I am going to start, and let's see here. I'll start 139:14, and I'll read it to the end, so only to 24. Because I give thanks to you, for I am awesomely and wondrously made. Wondrous are your works, and my being knows it well. My bones was not concealed from you when I was shaped in a hidden place, knit together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body, and in your book all of them were written. The days they were formed, while none was among them. And how precious are your thoughts to me, O El. How great has it been, the sum of them. If I should count them, they would be more than the sand. When I wake up, I am still with you. Oh, that you would slay the wrong, O Eloah. Depart from me, therefore, men of bloodshed. They speak against you wickedly. Bring your enemies to naught. O Yahweh, do I hate them who hate you, and do I loathe those who rise up against you. With a complete hatred I hate them. They have become my enemies. Search me, O El, and know my heart. Try me, and know my thoughts, and see if an idolatrous way is in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. That is, to me, that is it. I mean, it's the more you read and the more you study and the more you walk, the more you hate and loathe the people who walk contrary to Yahweh's ways. And it's not the people who do it accidentally, it's the ones who do it openly and defiantly. It's a horrific thing, and it really, 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 really burns in your soul, and those are the ones that David's talking about. And but as we go forward, I'll find some other stuff and I'll read it on here that talks about what happens to those, and as we go further in the times ahead. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I don't want to get too long-winded today, and but it was good to talk to you guys again. I hope everybody out there is well, and let's get back on track. Let's get this train rolling, because I think we're getting ready for the big push. It's what it surely feels like to me, because something's getting ready to break loose. But you have to live. You have to live your life. You have to live. You have to enjoy your families. You have to get out there and strive to find your purpose, whatever that is. Seek your purpose. Seek first the reign of Elohim, and when you do that, your purpose starts to become clearer to you. So I hope you have a blessed one, and we'll see you again very soon.